Like I knew in my 9 to 5, when I was like, I couldn't even go. I was in the hospital. Woo, woo. The second I quit, I did my 2 weeks. You know, I did it right. The next day I was fine. Shout out to Spergo, as you can see. Shout out to Spergo. First off, they opened, and for those who are like, who's Spergo? Go back and look up our interview with Trey Brown. When I say, I think he's 16 now, 16-year-old entrepreneur that has an amazing clothing brand called Spergo, is now going to be on Shark Tank. Yes, it's supposed to air November 5th. So by the time you hear this, it's already have played. But he is going to be on Shark Tank with Daymond John and Mark and all of them great people. I'm excited to see that because
that's what's up.
He opened up 2 new stores. One in I think, what is it called? I think it's somewhere in Philly or Pennsylvania. And then he opened one in the top of Virginia that I went to over 4 hours because there was traffic. Wow. Right? He's like, oh my God, Nicky, you came. Yes, I did. To support my guy. Right. He came to support. And the funny thing, in the store back at his crib, he had the Nicky and Moose interview up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
He had it on the TV. So somebody had tagged us like, look, Nicky and Moose. I said, oh, that's so dope. Thank you, Trey.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's cool. I didn't even know that. That's really dope.
Yeah, it was part of his grand opening. But I say that because he's going on Shark Tank and talking to Daymond John. Now, Daymond John has just been like the go-to of entrepreneurs. Right? Mm-hmm. And I find it funny we never really went over any of his stuff.
Yeah, that's real.
The weirdest thing. And he has lessons for days. So one of the first lessons is don't quit your day job. All right? Don't quit your day job. And let's go into it.
May say, I want to start a business. Don't quit your day job. That's so stupid. I don't know why people ever do that. You put in 2 hours a day because you just got 4 hours back round trip a day. You put 4 hours a day educating yourself, whatever the case is. You start calling up those people that you could have been in the service with, you could have worked with. And guess what? Now they're in California, you're in New York, but they got this thing called Zoom. And they want to be part of somebody's dream too. And you start slowly building that thing. So what is your inventory? It's your Rolodex. It's your time on hand. It's your passion that you have. And you look at it after 3 months, 6 months, or a year and say, what do I have? But don't quit that damn day job.
What you think about this, Moose?
Yeah, no, I mean, what sticks out is definitely the passion piece. It's like, yo, what do you have is passion. And I think that kind of is a good reminder because we just spoke about it when we talked about Jay-Z getting inducted and kind of, what made him so confident. But it's true, man. I think that, and I love some of the other clips that we have coming up after this as well about what he mentions. But entrepreneurship is one of those journeys that you cannot embark on because you want the title. Like you shouldn't embark on this journey because you want the title to say to your friends or to people or to on social media, I'm an entrepreneur now, or I'm full time. Like that's not what should be the measure of success or a feel good metric. Your measure should be, man, am I in position? Do I have my affairs in order? Will my family suffer? There's a difference between sacrificing and suffer. Sacrifice, right? It's like, okay, instead of eating steak, I'm maybe gonna eat, I don't know, meatloaf or right. a piece of toast. Okay, but to make your people suffer because of something, because you didn't prepare, I think that's selfish and unfair. So I like that he's encouraging people like, yo, make use of your time. If you're commuting and you have 4 hours, can you turn those 2 hours or 2 of the 4 hours into something where you're preparing yourself for that full-time gig as opposed to jumping off too early? And then there's that part that you almost don't know what to do, because I think everyone faces it, you know, like there's a part of it where like it does take a couple of years or some time to get going. So, and usually I think for the most part, and I don't know if you agree with this, but I want to say almost 80 to 90% of people miscalculate their time. Like they might say, oh, it's going to take me 2 years and it takes them 5. Or,
yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like everyone miscalculates. So you jump too early. And of course, we're not telling you don't be optimistic, but don't make that jump and let your people suffer because of it, or because selfishly you wanted that title. So I do appreciate that advice.
Yeah, I'm fully agreeing with don't quit your day job. I liked how he was like, yo, get these particular things, like get the relationships right, make sure the passion's dope. Like I like how that was his way of like checking your inventory, right?
Yeah.
That was really cool. But I'm more of course, the strategic type of not really jumping until you were sure, right? Because I stayed with my 9 to 5 for a bit before I jumped with like E, right? And I didn't even jump.
Yeah.
It was a nice transition. It was
right.
nice transition.
There wasn't no layover period.
Yeah, no, because especially when you have bills, like the mortgage and car and all that great stuff, like you gotta. I'm cool with, and this is only me. I can only speak for me. I'm cool with the crazy faith. Shout out to Maul. I'm cool with the crazy faith. But I am also not about struggle. If it is meant to be, it is going to be. And if it may take a little bit longer because I'm going this route, I'm okay with that. I cannot put myself under stress to try to speed things up. This is going to happen. This is going to work regardless. I mean, like, this is not a feeling. I've done it. And especially if you could do 2 things with a 9 to 5 and then your passion or your entrepreneurship ways and things like that, that shows dedication. Right. You know, because you're now valuing time a little bit more. You see what I'm saying? Like you're understanding how to work these particular hours with full focus because that's what you only have to work with. Where there's people who have all day and don't even do anything close to the amount for those people who may only have 2-3 hours to work on their business. So with a somewhat of a cushion of, I still have a salary, right? Now, this is, like I said, this is me speaking. I'm not totally suggesting don't jump. For me, I was literally sick. Like I knew in my 9 to 5, when I was like, I couldn't even go. I was in the hospital. Woo. The second I quit, I did my 2 weeks. You know, I did it right. The next day I was fine. Weird.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Next day I was perfect. Went back to the hospital. Blood levels were great. Everything was fine. I was like, what? It's weird. Okay, I see what you did, God. I see what you did. Okay.
That's good. No, that's crazy. Yeah, no, that's crazy.
But, and I think for me, that was a sign of you've been doing this a little bit too long. You've been doing both of them a little bit too long. So let me force you, because I'm the type, something dramatic has to happen for me to understand what to do. Yeah. Like I wish I was that you tell me and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm gonna avoid it because you went through it or you told me about it and I trust you. I'm not that type. I'm not. I
think we might have just hit one today though. Yeah. I think we might have just kind of unlocked a piece for people who are in transition, thinking about making a transition. It's like, well, what's my sign? Sacrifice, don't struggle. You know, like that might just be one of the easy ways to help people understand of when's the right time or not the right time. Can I do it without struggling? Can I do it while do I have to sacrifice? Yeah, sacrifice by all means. But struggle, that might fall more as a choice, right? Like, yeah, no, I like that. That's good.
And it wasn't even like equal pay, because some people will like, okay, I can make the same amount or more in my transition. That's when I'm ready to go. I took a 30K cut.
Oh, sacrifice.
Yeah, I took a
Sacrifice.
30K
Yep.
cut. I sure did.
Man. Wow.
Got a lot of crap for it. I remember.
Yeah.
I had my mom like, do they have like what's going to happen to medical? What about vacations? Like, what do you mean you're just leaving your bank job? Like, what are you talking about? What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Doesn't understand it and now loves me, right? Like, I'm not saying my mom never loved me, but like right. She gets it a little bit more, even though she still doesn't know what I do, right? But I say that to say there's two ways of starting out your business, starting out that entrepreneurship lifestyle. There's nothing wrong with doing the 9 to 5 and making sure this is it. There's nothing wrong with staying at a 9 to 5 until you have certain ducks in a row. That doesn't make you more or less of an entrepreneur. It doesn't. There's some people that will say something different based off their journey. And I'm not saying they're wrong. They did it their way, right?
Yeah.
But I don't like how society has, well, if you're not an entrepreneur, you're not anything. Like,
no, that's nonsense. Yeah.
No, what are you talking about? You're the entrepreneur that hires people to have a 9 to 5. How are you literally going to tell your team, the people you employ, that they're nothing because you made a certain kind of route? Then they're going to leave you.
No, that's real. That's real. That's real. And I think also another thing that people overlook is like, yo, if your job is fulfilling you, if you're finding fulfillment, doing the work, it doesn't mean that you should leave and go do it on your own. Like, I don't know that necessarily makes a difference. So,
and the crazy thing is
a big part of it.
Yeah, the crazy thing is some entrepreneurs are not making more than 9 to 5 people.
Right.
Who is
having
making
to carry
more
way
than
more responsibility?
Who's making more than the number 2 of Facebook? Who's making more than
Some
the
of the
number
CEOs,
than the number 8 of Microsoft?
Right. I might just need to look that up. Hold up. Who's the number 2 of Facebook in this?
No, for real.
I just want to serve that as example. No, but it's true though, because I didn't. And again, that's why I say, yo, be mindful of making certain moves just off of titles and labels, because you could get the title, you could get the label, but what if you're miserable as a result of it? Yeah. Then you've done something strictly for somebody else's happiness, not yours. But you're right. Like, I can only imagine a CEO that you're talking about, a C-suite executive at one of the top companies in the world. Let's just say safely you're bringing in at least $1 million a year, safely, right? If not more. But no, I'm with you.
Listen, I've always said I'm cool if I be an exec. You know what I mean? I always said that I'm cool if I had an exec position. What? Let
me tell you this. So it said executive compensation. COO at Facebook, Sheryl Sandberg, made $27,144,147 in total compensation.
All right, Keep rushing to entrepreneurship. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Man. Not for real. If you're finding fulfillment in your company, organization, or job, stay there. Like, again, if that fulfillment is there and you see the mission, go for it.
Yeah, because entrepreneurship is very lonely. You may feel family in where you are. You may be fulfilled money-wise where you are. Don't get caught up unless it's really your passion, unless it's really your thing. Like, for me, I knew, no, don't tell me what to do. Don't do that. Right. I can't do that, right? There was a struggle with me that literally I got sick. Like, I see certain things a certain kind of way. And it needs to happen in that certain kind of way. Whether it's right or wrong, let me deal with it. Like, let me take the consequences. Don't police me in doing this, that, and the third, right? So
straight up,
I knew 9 to 5, which is crazy because my mom was like, I didn't even know you can do the Navy for that same reason. You don't like listening to anybody, right? So how did you do that? But I think that part helped me figure out the politics of of the game.
Organization. Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, I think, and for me, it was slightly different. You know, it wasn't, I actually loved the corporate world. Like that time I spent on Wall Street, I was geeked up. I loved it. Like I really had a great time. But over time, I noticed that the culture didn't really fit with some of the things I believed in. Right. Like, and again, every culture motivates their people slightly different. They motivate you with happy hour. They motivate you with exotic trips and some of the stuff that happens on the exotic trips. And I was like, dang, y'all really want me to sin? No, I don't.
I never had the exotic trips. What kind of exotic trips did y'all have?
I mean, hey, spend some time.
Never mind. He's doing okay today. This week was great.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I was doing this a great week. It was a great week. So, so I'm saying like for some people, like, your reason might be like, damn, culturally, it's not the right place for me. Or like, I can't find I can't get hired by an organization that believes what I believe. Then I think that's a fair reason to speak to, or at least to make the transition over to as well. So just to kind of give a balanced perspective, because I don't want people to be like, damn, y'all always on ownership and like, standing up and creating your platform or your personal brand so that you can voice your opinion. And now you're talking about staying at your 9 to 5. But again, just to give a balanced perspective, here's why we're for it and here's why we're against it, just so that you know, because it would suck for somebody to make the jump and be like, okay, now no one promoted this part about it. How come nobody spoke about this part here?
Right. Yeah, no. Yeah. We love both. We love both.
We love
both.